Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Karmic and Divine Masculine reading. This reading is specifically for those Divine Feminines who have a Divine Masculine who is currently in a karmic relationship. So we're just going to have a look at the energies between the Divine Masculine and the karmic, and we're going to look at how each of them are feeling about the relationship at the moment. We'll then go on to looking at the steps that the Divine Masculine is going to take next. So let's get started. By the way, thank you to all of you who've subscribed in this past week. The last week's video was watched by a lot of people, but I know that only a percentage of them actually subscribed. So if you have watched but you haven't yet subscribed, it really does help the channel. So if you could take a moment to subscribe, doesn't cost you anything, you're not tied into anything, and don't forget to click the notification bell, okay, because then you'll know when these videos are ready. So let's get started. I'm going to concentrate, please, Spirit, on the Divine Masculine and see sort of what are the energies around the Divine Masculine this week. What are the energies around the Divine Masculine this week, please? Okay, so we have clean it up. We have blessed. Okay. We have by the book. Do we have room for 4? We do. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Okay, and we have to the sea. So, at the moment, the Divine Masculine is preoccupied with just getting his act together, basically dealing with his everyday circumstances, anything that needs to be sorted out, anything that needs to be clarified, just getting his affair what a pun, anyway, but no, getting his affairs in order, basically. He's just getting on with his everyday life. It almost feels like he's sort of thinking ahead, but actually dealing with the practicalities, But this is interesting. We'll find out more about this in a moment, but he's feeling quite blessed at the moment. So I think he's probably reached a calmer place this week. He's not feeling the extremes of emotions that we've had in recent sort of weeks. And I think certainly last week there was a lot of pretending going on because he was trying to keep the peace. But now it's almost like he's more in touch with his intuition, more in touch with spirit, just feeling happy with his lot at the moment, Spirit have just said to me that he's feeling that Spirit are looking after him, that Spirit are guiding him. So it does feel like he's in a much more sort of peaceful place within. And here he is sort of just towing the line, really, doing what has to be done, as we said, cleaning everything up, dealing with the day-to-day practicalities, and, just basically towing the line for whatever reason this week. But there's definitely some forward planning here. Here we have him traveling, maybe, if he's able to travel. I know we're in weird gosh, I can't remember words out. What are the words I'm trying to say? We're in weird times at the moment, I know, but what he's doing is looking ahead. We have this forward arrow here, which is pointing him forwards. And again, there's this quite peaceful energy about this sort of fairy figure that is sitting in this boat. And, the boat looks kind of fragile in a way, but she's not bothered here. So it kind of feels like however sort of fragile things are around them, the Divine Masculine is still actually finding a way forward here. And I do get the feeling that he's planning, So when I talked about him dealing with his everyday practicalities up here, I also said that he's planning, and I don't know why I said it at that point, but here we see him moving forward, following this forward arrow in this card. So You know, I think while he's dealing with his day-to-day, in his head, he's still sort of got his plans. And, you know, in a sense, this is a follow-on from last week's energy, isn't it? Where he was sort of pretending to play the game for an easy life, but in, you know, underneath, he was sort of planning. And we've still got some of that going on here. He's just dealing with the day-to-day, towing the line, but actually thinking about his movement forward. So let's see. Let's just put those there for a moment. I want to see how the divine masculine is actually feeling about these energies. So how is the divine masculine feeling, please, Spirit? Yeah, so he's very aware of what's going on around him. He's listening for any snippets of information which may sort of help him in terms of moving forward. He's almost like taking a back seat. He's listening and being aware of his environment, but keeping a low profile, really. This is quite intriguing. We'll find out what this is all about as we go along. Why is he feeling blessed then, Spirit, please? Why is the divine masculine feeling blessed this week? Why is he feeling, why is he feeling blessed? Is it this one? Yeah, he's feeling blessed because he's releasing the stress, you know? They've just said to me, releasing bigger things. So he may have his plans in order where he's feeling that he can release. He's in a position now where he's got his plans together and he knows what or who he wants to release. You know, I just think there's a part of him that is sort of opening his heart to the divine and just letting go of all that stress that was around him. And that is why he's keeping a low profile and just going through the motions at the moment. Why do we have by the book, please? Why do we have by the book? Why is he towing the line? Yeah, you see, he's waiting for his opportunity. For the last few weeks, we've seen him definitely wanting to move towards his divine feminine, but it's all a matter of timing. We do know there's circumstances in this particular collective and this particular relationship between him and the karmic that is keeping him where he is. You know, the timing is key here. And so he is waiting. He's ready to release, but he's waiting for his opportunity to beckon, you know, and that is why he's taking a back seat, but he's listening. He's very aware of what's going on around him. He's waiting for these opportunities to come in, for choosing his moment. So why do we have to the sea, please? Why do we have to the sea? What is going on with the forward travel, please? Yeah, look, he's ready to rebuild his life. Okay. So, you know, he's ready to move things forward. He's ready to rebuild. He's ready to, yeah, just move on, basically. But he's waiting for the right opportunity to be able to do that. So let's see how I'm going to go back to these and let's see what comes up for the karmic. I'm just going to take a drink of water. Do excuse me today, I'm feeling a bit snuffly, so I don't know what that's all about. But let's see what's happening for the karmic. What's the energies around the karmic this week, please, regarding this relationship? What are the energies? Thank you. Serendipity. So, you know, she's trusting sort of luck at the moment. It's not gender specific, I always say this. So if I just refer to the divine masculine as he and the karmic as she, simply because, you know, that's what comes to me first. But please, you know, adapt it to your circumstances, your situation. We have Unfinished Symphony, and how interesting that is, because, you know, this card often comes up when I do twin flame readings between the divine masculine and divine feminine. But here we are with the karmic feeling that she's now in some sort of unfinished symphony. Let me get the four and we'll go through them all together. So how else is the karmic feeling? What's the energies around the karmic, please, Spirit? Thank you. Time for a nap. Okay. Oh, thank you. Loyal heart. Okay. So, regarding the karmic, I think she's sort of feeling quite happy with herself, feeling quite lucky in a way, feeling like luck is on her side, you know, things were meant to be, this is all going to be, you know, it's all been a sort of sense of chance that they've been brought together. She's still feeling that, you know, maybe this relationship is fated in some way, but she is feeling extremely lucky at the moment. So there's something going on for her that is making her feel happier this week. And it may simply be that the divine masculine is towing the line, and, you know, maybe she feels that things are back in her control, and maybe that makes her feel quite joyous and quite lucky. But, you know, she definitely feels that they've got a relationship to play out here. She feels that this is their symphony, that this is, you know, unfinished business, that, you know, this will flow, basically. So, in a way, she's feeling quite relaxed about things. You know, she's quite happy to sit back and just sort of wait it out, trust fate, and, you know, there's almost a feeling from these two cards that she feels this is her destiny, you know, and that's quite interesting because we thought the karmic had moved past that, but she does keep changing strategies and changing attitudes week on week, so this is really quite interesting. But at the moment, you know, it almost feels like she's in a relaxed energy, that she feels things have calmed down and that she feels things are okay again. And she's feeling very loyal. And it's not one-sided. She actually feels that the divine masculine is loyal to her too. You know? So the divine masculine must be doing a really good job of, you know, sticking to his everyday, plodding along sort of routine, making it all seem to the karmic like everything's okay, when in actual fact, he's waiting for his opportunity to move forward and, you know, rebuild things, rebuild his life with his divine feminine. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Cards, these ones, wasn't it? Let's see. Let's see how she's feeling about each of these steps. So, we've touched on feelings already with these circumstances, but let's get some more information. So, regarding serendipity, please. How else? Oh, thank you. Yeah, you see, she feels... Oh my goodness, didn't I say that it's almost like the karmic is feeling that this was destined, that it's, you know, meant to be, it's fated, you know, didn't I say that? And those of you who've watched the channel before will know that whenever I see this particular card, it makes me feel like it's a twin flame card. Because the two heads are merged, the two hearts are merged, it's to me, it says this is one soul divided into two people, you know. That's how it very much feels. So I always feel this is a twin flame card. So here we have the karmic feeling that they're in a destined relationship this week. Oh gosh, okay. So, you know, that's why she's happier, no doubt, because that's the conclusion she's reached. But let's see what she's thinking about this unfinished symphony. Thank you, Spirit. That was quick. Yeah, look, she feels that things are healing. So the rocky time they've been through recently, she's now feeling that, you know, she isn't sort of chained in anxiety, that those chains have broken and now, you know, she's healing again. It's almost as though the divine masculine is letting her think that because he's trying to have an easy life, rightly or wrongly. And so she's feeling a lot more relaxed because she feels that the blips that they've had in their relationship are now healing and that everything is fine, you know? And that's why she's feeling sort of quite sort of poetic about it, and feeling that, you know, this symphony is ongoing, really. So why do we have time for a nap then, please, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, look, that's why she's feeling relaxed, because she feels that they're loved up, basically. And the divine masculine is letting her feel it, you know? That's a bit underhand in a way. It'll be interesting to see what tarot comes out, because, you know, the divine masculine is definitely here going for an easy life. He's fed up with the bickering, the arguments, you know, with the constant change of strategies from the karmic. And so he's playing the game, basically. But inside, he's ready to release, waiting for his opportunity to go and rebuild his life. And he's willing to travel to do it, to move things forward if he needs to travel. You know, this is him moving forward. So, you know, there's almost a bit of game playing from the divine masculine now, which is a turn up. A change of strategy from him too, my goodness. How exhausting for both of them, to be honest. So why do we have loyal heart? Thank you, Spirit. Oh my goodness, yeah, look. Look, I almost feel quite sorry for the karmic in this moment, because, you know, the divine masculine is playing her at the moment by the look of this energy. So this week, that's the strategy he's using. But not only does she feel they're loved up and she can relax about it, she feels she's got him where she wants, but she now feels they're totally loyal to each other and that they're totally in love. Because the divine masculine's allowed her to think it, so that he can have an easy life while he plans his future. Oh dear. Oh dear me. That's an interesting strategy, Mr. DM. So, let's have a look at some next steps. What are, the next steps, please, between the divine masculine and the karmic? I'm just looking at the best way to do this. I think we go straight down the divine masculine row at the moment, and then we'll go down the karmic row, presumably. So what are the next steps, please, for Spirit, for the divine masculine? Let's start with the listen, please. What are the next steps? What is his strategy here going forward? Can you just give us 4 steps, please, if possible? Thank you. Yeah, look at this. Tower moment. For those of you who follow the channel, haven't we had this card in every twin flame reading? Seriously, the Tower. So, you know, we have a breaking down of a situation. It can also be a breaking down of thought patterns. So again, because, you know, I've just said this is a new strategy from the DM. He's playing the game. He's towing the line while, you know, he plans. This could be why we're seeing the Tower, that he's using a new strategy. He's breaking down his old ways of arguing it through with the karmic, getting into arguments. He's changed that strategy. He's now being a bit more, Spirit have just said deceitful. Okay. Yeah, he's being a bit more deceitful about it because he's trying to have an easy life. So, you know, here we are having the Tower. So that's no surprise, really. What about this release? Okay. All right, Spirit. Yeah, I know. Spirit want to make the point that it's also taking a lot of his strength. You know, I think they're feeling I'm being a bit disrespectful here to the DM. They're saying that, you know, the reason that he's adopting this strategy in this week is because he's pretty tired. He's just beginning to rebuild his strength from all the arguments that have been going on, all the game playing that's been going on in this relationship. He's trying to regain his strength. Okay, and what is interesting about this strength card is that here is this lady moving forward, you know, with the Lion of Strength, finding her way forward, looking in a new direction, moving forward, but behind her, her wand is pointing at something that she's still focusing on. So that's kind of interesting, because we do have the divine masculine at the moment playing the game, you know. The tornado behind him, he's trying to heal the tornado by actually focusing on it at the moment, by towing the line. But meanwhile, he's looking in a new direction and moving forward with strength. It's taking a lot of strength for him to do that. Remember, this divine masculine for a long time was treading so carefully, because he didn't want to upset anybody. But in doing so, he's got himself a bit stuck, as he, you know, has felt in recent weeks. So now we do have him forward planning, but we do have him trying to sort of deal with the tornado that's behind him, calm things down in the best way that he can, to have the strength to be able to look in this new direction, which is you, Divine Femme, and move forward. So yeah, I take that on board, Spirit. Sorry, I take back what I said. Because in actual fact, yeah, we mustn't lose sight of the fact that the divine masculines have been on one heck of a journey, you know, in recent months. You know, they've been through the dark night of the soul. They're trying to come out the other side, but they still have stuff to clear up and lessons to learn here. So we mustn't sort of underestimate what they're going through. Sometimes I can be a bit flippant. I really mustn't, because Spirit then tell me off. Okay, Spirit, we're back on track. So can we have, please, the opportunity beckons? Yeah, look, he's on high alert. I always think this person in this card looks really afraid. And, you know, they feel like they've had opportunities before which they've wasted. And they're holding on to their hope in the opportunities that are left. And so they're waiting for the right moment to be able to make their move. But they're on high alert. Look how fearful that person looks in that card. And that's how the divine masculine's feeling at the moment. It's almost like a rabbit in the headlights sort of expression. You know, they're holding on to their hope. They're holding on to waiting for this opportunity to present itself. And they're thinking it all through at the moment. Oop. So why do we have rebuild, please, into the sea? Yeah, look, they want to rebuild the love. They want to start again, Divine Femmes. They want to start again. They want to start in a loving relationship. Something new, which will be the Divine Feminine relationship, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to pull another tarot, actually. Spirit have given me such a headache. They're so telling me off at the moment. Spirit, can you remove my headache, please? Thank you. Bear with me, everybody. I'll be with you in a second. Thank you. Oof, gosh. Oof. That often happens to me when there's a lot of spirit present, and I think we had a lot of spirit present then. That was almost migraine-y. I only mean that in general terms. Please don't take offence if you suffer from migraines, because I know it wasn't an actual migraine, but it just felt really a powerful pain very quickly. So can I have another card with the Ace of Cups, please, Spirit? Because we're looking at rebuilding. What is the, do we know? Is this regarding the Divine Feminine? Oops. Yeah, look, he's standing in his power. The Divine Masculine is seeing things very clearly. You know, he's looking at things very logically, and he's trying to figure out a plan for coming back, basically. Now, I know we haven't had sort of like the Empress card starting here, you know. I will pull another angel card actually in a moment, but I would have liked to have seen the Empress card here, but I'm not going to keep pulling cards for the sake of it. What we're seeing here is the Divine Masculine actually in his headspace planning, because he's now seeing things with a lot of clarity. and he knows he wants to rebuild his life. He knows he wants to come into the beginning of a new love. And we know that over the past few weeks, he's been planning to come back to his divine feminine. So let me just see what Spirit give me with this. My angels, please can you confirm, is this regarding the divine feminine? Oh, says she as I drop my... They're really not happy with me at the moment. They're really not. They've just said to me, of course it is. Yeah, look, he wants to take action. So the divine masculine wants to take action at the moment. You know, he wants to take action. They've just said to me, of course it is. So I think they've answered my question. Oh, funnily enough, look at this. The next card down was trust. So we need to keep the trust, divine femmes, and know that, yes, this is what he's planning. The divine masculine is planning for this new love to rebuild, to actually come back and, you know, with much more clarity. And he's just thinking it all through at the moment. He's definitely planning to take action, and he's definitely, you know, we need to trust. Okay. So let's see what's happening with the karmic then. So what will be the next steps for the karmic? What are the next steps for the karmic? Look, you know, the karmic feels that she's in the perfect position. You know, some of your divine masculines or some of your karmics may be in the public eye, but equally, she's just enjoying being the centre of attention at the moment, and that is how she's feeling. She feels this is her world. She feels happy. She feels that she's getting the attention and the recognition that she wants. And, you know, she's loving it. She feels it was fated. She feels it was meant to be. So, what else, please? Yeah, she feels that she's moved away now from the negative energy that there was before, all the bickering, the fighting. You know, they're both feeling like that at the moment. But the divine masculine, of course, was taking... he's taking a different approach. But she feels they're fine now because it's all healed. You see this healing light here. She feels they've moved away from any negativity, you know. She may well feel that the divine masculine has moved away from you, divine femme, you know. If you've come up in conversation in the past few weeks or come up in arguments, then she may feel that's all dealt with, you know. So what will be the next step regarding the simply love and the time for a nap, please? What's the next step? What comes after this? They've just said to me legal process. So if your divine masculine is actually sharing a house that they, you know, co-own with the karmic, then there could be legalities around that. There could be legalities around children. You know, the karmic here may feel the need to balance things out, because although at the moment she's very happy and she's relaxed about everything, there may be some of the karmics that sort of sense that, you know, deep down inside that actually, you know, we went through a rocky time before we could go through a rocky time again. Therefore, I need to keep things very balanced, you know. Or it may be that looking at these two cards as well, it may be that she feels that justice has been had, that now all her plans have come to fruition, and she feels that justice has been served and that she has what she perceives as her man, you know. So why do we have loyal heart and love abounds, please? Why do we have loyal heart and love abounds? Oh, we've got 3 here, so what can we do? Which one do you want, Spirit? We have, sorry, they don't want that one, but they're saying take this one, which is interesting because, you know, these 2 cards, they also want me to take the King of Wands. So Here she is feeling that their love is you know, all consuming, that they're totally loyal to each other, that there's no one else going to get in the middle of this relationship. She feels that her days of looking at the past are over. You know, she doesn't want to do that anymore. She doesn't want either of them to look at the past anymore. She wants to move forward. And, you know, she is planning her way forward. The King of Wands is a king of action. He is a good leader, and you know, he's always got a plan. He always has a sense of direction. He knows where he's going, and he acts upon you know, his plans basically. So I think the karmic here is quite happy to put everything behind her and, you know, ready to take the lead again in planning the next stage of their relationship. The one that I put back was the Knight of Wands. And it's almost like, you know, she feels that they're at the beginning of this adventurous journey, but this is what she's aspiring to, which is why I put this one back. She's going from the Knight of Wands to the King of Wands. Okay, so she feels this is going to be an exciting journey, that her life is going to be exciting. It's going to bring her the recognition that she's been craving. And she's going to be able to take the lead, is how she views it. Okay, so that's kind of an interesting reading this week. But, you know, we are being guided to trust, because we do have the divine masculine taking action here. And it's not action towards the karmic, it's action towards the DF. So, I don't know what's the matter with my words this week, honestly. So, what messages do we have for the DF, please? Yeah, look, carry on being you, divine feminine. You know, it's so important that you're, you know, I know these twin flame relationships are really, really hard. Trust me, you know, I'm in one myself. But the best way that you can deal with things at the moment is just to be who you are. You are the person that your divine masculine wants to be with. He's just working through stuff. Yeah, look at this. Communication is the key. So, you know, there's communication pending. I just feel there's going to be communication because he has a plan. We have to trust that it's coming. I'm going to do some tarot in a moment on top of these cards, actually, because I feel I need to pull 4 of these. This is going to be the longest reading ever, but it's just an odd one this week. It's not as plain sailing as normal. Yeah, look, it's time to take action. So, yeah, that's really interesting, because they're saying be who you are, you know, take some action, and communication is the key. We need to clarify those, that's for sure. Which one are we looking at? This one? Yeah, balance, spirituality and practicality. So again, in a way, we have this mirroring energy coming back in between you and the divine masculine, because they're asking you to mirror what the divine masculine's doing, which is basically, you know, he knows that he's feeling blessed. He knows that he's able to release any negativity, which we saw earlier over here, but he's dealing with his everyday stuff. So he's balancing his spirituality and his practicality. He knows that, you know, that he knows the path that he wants to be on, and he's using his King of Swords logic to plan his way forward. And they're asking you to do the same. They're asking you to take action, but the action they're asking you to take is, I think at the moment it's around you. I don't think they're encouraging you to communicate necessarily if you haven't heard from your divine masculine for a while. I'm not sure about you communicating with them. Let's see. Let's just get some clarifiers. So why does the divine feminine need to show the world the real divine feminine, please? Yeah. It's interesting, this, because this kind of feels like be who you are, because the divine masculine is going to come in, and he may come in quicker than you expect. So, you know, it's fine to feel empowered. It's fine to be, you know, to sit in your Empress energy, Divine Feminine, because when the Divine Masculine comes rushing in, he wants to see you for who you really are, you know? It's time for that honesty, for that communication. So let's see what the communication is about, please, Spirit, for the Divine Feminines. What's this about? What's the further guidance here, please? Which one is it? This one? Okay. Yeah, they're saying, look, stay focused. Because whatever you focus on at the moment is what's going to bring the outcome. Be very careful about your negative thoughts. So this is about, the reason they've given us this is, and this is why I felt it wasn't a message for you to message your Divine Masculine if you're separate, because what they're saying is be careful of your thoughts, because what you're communicating to Spirit at the moment or to the universe will be exactly what you get. So if you're thinking about how separate you are from your Divine Masculine, then this is what you will manifest. So concentrating on positivity, concentrating on, and I always go on about scripting. Try scripting how it will be when you are with your Divine Masculine, okay? Because that is what is going to, you know, allow him to come forward more quickly. So the communication they're talking about there is about your communication with Spirit, with the thoughts that you're having. So what is this action card? This is the one that is interesting here. Well, they're all interesting, but this one particularly I want to know more about, please, Spirit. What can you tell us about the action card, please? Thank you. Yeah, again, it's about positivity. So they're saying it's time for you to take action. If you've been feeling very down or very upset, it is time for you to stop focusing on the negative, which is exactly what they've said in this previous card. If you focus on the negative and not on the positive that's coming your way, then you will get more of the negative. It is so important. It's time to be positive, to visualize your relationship as you want it with your Divine Masculine, because that is giving a clear message to the universe, to Spirit, to your angels, that that is what you want and that you don't want the negativity. Okay, so we have balance, spirituality and practicality. What is this about, please, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, because then it'll be, you'll feel much lighter in your energy. You know, you need to have this balance. So you need to deal with everyday stuff. You need to see friends. You need to be able to go and socialize, etc., etc. You know, you need to get that balance with your everyday life and the connection you've got with your Divine Masculine. Okay, so you know, this is also as well about balancing the 3D with the 5D. Okay, you can communicate through the 5D at any time you like with your twin flame. You know, we all have that connection with our Divine Masculines. So, you know, you can do that, but in the meantime, you need to get on with your everyday life too and not let the 3D consume you, because then you're drawn into negativity, DFs. Right, that feels like the longest reading ever. And an odd one this week, really. Or is that just my energy? I don't know. But let me know what you think. Let me know how you perceive the messages in, you know, this reading. If you enjoyed it, then please drop me a like down below. If there's any other aspects of the twin flame relationship or the karmic relationship you'd like me to look at, I can't look at personal circumstances, obviously, because then you'd need to book a private reading. But, you know, if there's anything general that you'd like me to look at, then do please drop me a comment down below. And if you haven't already joined us, please do subscribe. I love having you along. I love reading your messages, and I answer as many as I possibly can. If you're interested in a private reading, please drop me an email. It's all the info's down below. Okay, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Take care, DFs. Have a beautiful week. We'll catch up with the karmic read next Sunday. In the meantime, look out for the Divine Masculine reads during the week. Okay, take care. Speak soon. Bye.